Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Saturday morning practice. For one reason or another, we were off for 2 weeks. So if you haven't done so already, please join our circle, or sometimes it's called group. Just look for fellowship, mindfulness fellowship, um, so that I have a way of communicating with you in case there's a scheduling problem or like last week when we had internet problem. In any case, let's get started. We're going to spend the next hour and a half together practicing what I call chi therapy. Therapy is a way of reversing disorder. In this case, is chi disorder, or sometimes called autonomous disorder. So today's exercise at the end is what the North Indians, a yogi, call yama. Yama is a practice. It's called a pranayama. Pranayama. The Chinese call it tuna. Tuna. Okay. All right. So it looks a lot like Tai Chi, and there's some resemblance in that sense that we have to use all our joints to do it properly. So we're going to start now by working on the joints. The joints, wrist, elbow, shoulder, neck, back, all the way to the hip, the knee, the ankle, and the toes. Right, a lot of joints. All right. So, but keep in mind that this is a meditation, even though sometimes we meditate while we are sitting, standing, or lying down, and sometimes we meditate while we are walking or doing exercise. And meditation starts with what we call mindfulness, which I translate into anchoring your mind on your body when you're in motion, anchoring your mind on your breath when you're stationary. So let's start with anchoring a mind on the bottom of a spine. Now we're going to walk along the spine towards the top of the head. And as you do that, I want you to stretch that spine, stretch as hard as you can. And then I want you to lean back the upper torso and then relax the spine. Now I want you to focus on the shoulder, open the shoulder, and then relax that shoulder. I want you to focus on the top on your forehead. I want you to lean back the forehead as if you're bringing the ears on top of the shoulder. And then I want you to focus on the chin, tuck in the chin slightly so the top of the head is on top of the spine. Now we're going to start by doing wrist exercise. So I want you to focus on the center of your palm. Bring your hands up all the way up to shoulder level. Now I want you to anchor on your wrist, and I want you to focus on the sensation, the change of sensation on your wrist. See if you have any pain, any numbness, any sweat, any kind of pain. Just one turn at a time. There's a beginning and then there's an end. Start at the beginning, and then when it's finished, start from zero again, one turn at a time, one at a time, very slowly, very gently. Focus on your wrist. Now we're going to turn the other way, but before you do anything, bring your mind back to the center of your palm and then turn your wrist one joint at a time, one joint at a time, one turn at a time. And then now I want you to lower your hand. But before you lower your hand, make sure that your mind is the center of your palm. Bring it back down the same way you bring it up. Now back to the spine, stretch, lean back, open the shoulder, relax, relax the entire body. Removing the wrist from the wrist to the elbow. I want you to focus on the center of your palm again. Bring up your hands all the way up to shoulder level. Now focus on your elbow. And again, focus on the sensation, the change of sensation, any heat, any sweat, any numbness, any kind of sensation. Focus on that one turn at a time. Now, many of you practice yoga. The word yoga, the American translation, The American pronunciation of yoga comes from the North Indian yuja. Okay, one turn at a time. Now I want you to turn the other way. And yuja means yoke, the piece of wood that you put in front of the two oxen as they pull the cart. So yoga or yuja basically means the mind and body together. It's not just a practice of the mind, of the body, it's a practice of the body and the mind. Now we're going to bring it down, bring your hands down again, back to the spine. Start at the very bottom of your spine, walk up the spine one step at a time, walk up to the spine towards the top of the head and stretch the spine. Lean back, relax, open the shoulder and relax. Now we're moving from the wrist to the elbow to the shoulder. Once again, I want you to focus on the center of your palm. Bring it up, cross your hand in front of your face, on top of your head, and then I want you to stretch as hard as you can. Once again, focus on the center of your palm. As you bring down your hand, open the shoulder and let the center of the palm face outward as if you're touching the walls. And as soon as you come back down, I want you to relax completely. Focus on the center of your palm, starting from zero again, in front of your face, on top of your head. Stretch, open the shoulder, pointing the center of your palm outside as if you're touching the wall. Once again, stretch, and then notice the sensation on your shoulder, a little bit of pain. Focus on that. And then let it go. Stretch, open, come back down. One last time. Focus on the center of your palm. Don't let it go. Stretch, open, and then relax. Now go the other way. Go the other way. Open the shoulder. Stretch, bring it back down. One at a time. Every time we start from zero. Let go of everything else. Let go of the past. Let go of the future. Focus on the present. Focus on the center of your palm. Bring it back down one last time. Open, stretch, and bring it back down. Now we're going to move from the front and the back. And this time we're going to cause a little bit more pain on the shoulder, which is the vehicle that we practice mindfulness. And so once again, stretch, lean back, open the shoulder, relax. Focus on the center of your palm, bring it up, in front, on top. Now, open as far back as you can. Feel that pain. Let go of the pain. Come back to the center palm. Anchor your mind on the center of your palm. Bring it back up again, on top of your head. Open as far back as you can. As soon as your pain goes, just feel that pain, accept that pain, and then let go of the pain. Anchor your mind back to the center of your palm. Bring it back up. Open the shoulder. Relax the shoulder. And then bring it back up. Open the shoulder. Feel it, accept it, and then let it go. Open the shoulder. Feel it, accept it, and then let it go. Sit up straight. Put your hands in the back, as far back as you can. Bring it up. Stretch. Bring it back down. All the way back. Stretch. Bring it back down. All the way back. Bring it up. And down. All the way back. Up. Stretch. And then bring it back down. Now I want you to meditate on the breath now. Earlier, when we were doing exercise, we anchor our mind on the body, meaning on the center of your palm, but it doesn't have to be. It can be any part of the body. And now that we're stationary, back to sitting, we want to anchor our mind on our breath. Just focus on your breathing. Feel that you're breathing in. Feel that you're breathing out. One breath at a time, just like when we do joint exercise. One turn at a time. This way is one breath at a time. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. One breath at a time. Okay? All right, we'll continue. We have three different exercises. These are called QiGong exercise, internal energy exercise. And but before we do anything, we come back to the spine, we stretch. Hang on just 1 minute, we want to focus. Okay, hang on. Okay, all right. So this first one is called double blade, as if your arms are the blades and you have two of them. So we put one in front of us, we put one far out. We separate our left brain from the right brain. We're keeping the left one stationary. We focus on the right, and we're going to very gently bring it in front, making a big, nice circle. And now we're going to open that shoulder as far back as you can. Really feel that pain. Let go of the pain. Come back to the center of your palm. Sit up straight. Left hand, making a nice big circle. Get ready. Open the shoulder. Feel it. Accept it. And then let it go. Sit up straight. Right hand. Feel it. Accept it. And then let it go. Left hand all the way around. Feel it, accept it, and then let it go. To the right, sit up straight, left hand, don't move left hand, right hand at a time. And nice big circle. Feel it, accept it, and then let it go. Left hand, very gentle circle. Feel it, accept it, and then let it go. To the right, two more times. Feel the pain, let go of the pain, accept the pain, don't let it become suffering. Pain is just physical. If you follow the pain, it becomes suffering. It's a very different animal. Feel it, accept it, and then let it go. Come back to the breath. Quickly come back to the breath. One breath at a time, focusing on the breath. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. Just feel it. I'm feeling my breathing, one breath at a time. Okay, now we're going to do the second exercise, which is called throwing the fist or throwing the shoulder or combination. Okay, all right. So hang on just 1 second. Now let me fix that. Okay, and back to the posture. Very important. Always stretch, lean back, open, and relax. Bring out your right hand. Focus on the center palm. Make a nice soft fist. Follow the fist. Get ready. Up. Open the fingers. Feel the vibration coming back to your shoulder. Action equal to reaction. Up. Come back. Sit up straight. Down. Get back. Down. Up. Up. Down. Down. Up. Up. Down. Down. Open the shoulder. Get ready. One. Feel the vibration. Open the fingers. Two. Three. Four. And five. Okay. Back to the breathing. Back to the breathing. Always anchor your mind someplace. Anchor it on your body when you're moving. Anchor it on your breath when you're not moving. One breath at a time. Okay, now we're getting ready for our sitting meditation. And today, our sitting meditation is also related to the pranayama, breathing with your stomach, what the Chinese call tuna. And so before we do that, we're going to have to loosen up our, uh, our body and energizing the vagus nerve, which basically starts at the bottom of the skull, beginning of the neck, goes down to the shoulder, to the back, and then eventually comes inside the stomach. It's the longest uh, nerve that we have. We call it the 10th cranial nerve of the system, called the vagus nerve. It's part of the part of this rest and digest system, the parasympathetic autonomous system. So we're going to loosen it up, activate it, get ourselves into that relaxed mode before we can meditate. Okay. Now we do this by first always back to the spine, always back to the spine, stretch, lean back, open, relax. Okay. Now when you open, you're actually opening these two energy points, which is the part of the lung meridian, and before it enters inside the body, this is two energy point called a gate to the cloud. So we open that, and then when we relax, we actually relax the two energy points on the top and part of the gallbladder meridian and for the well on the shoulder. So let's try that. Open and then relax. Okay. Now, then we're going to take the thumb, we're going to put that on the gate to the cloud. We're going to roll up the fingers. Now, this is a very, very, seem like complicated, but it's actually very obvious, very simple. All you have to do is focus on the elbow. Okay. Now we're going to bring up the elbow, and just like the conductor to the orchestra, the rest of the body just follows. The shoulder goes up, the spine goes up as if you're lifting the shoulder to the ears. Now you point the elbow back. Everybody follows. So point the elbow back. The shoulder follows. So open the shoulder as if you're squeezing a tennis ball in the back. The third one is when you lower the elbow, everybody relaxes, shoulder drops. And then finally, you point the elbow forward. Again, the shoulder follows, the neck follows, the back follows. You're looking down, entirely hunching your body like that. Okay, so we're going to bring up the elbow. You bring up your head, so you're looking at the camera. You continue bringing it up, the entire body lifting up. You're looking at the ceiling, 45 degree. Then you open, bring the head back toward looking at the front again. And then as you point down, you're completely relaxed looking at the floor. Don't forget to point your elbow forward. Okay. Now as you come up, you close your mouth, you take a deep breath, very gentle, deep breath all the way in, all the way in until you completely open the shoulder. And then as you come down, close your mouth and just breathe out with your nostril very gently. Relax, pointing the elbow forward. Breathe in, breathe out. 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 One last time. Breathe in and breathe out. Relax. Focus on your breath. Okay, so this exercise not only activate your vagus nerve, it actually does that by cycling you through the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. So as you breathe in, you're actually putting yourself in the stress mode, the fight or flight. And then as you relax, it puts you back into the parasympathetic, the rest and digest. So it's the cycling between the two, restoring the elasticity that restores the harmony between the yin and the yang. Okay, yin means the shadow, the absence of the sun. Absence of the sun means you're back in the cave. You're back in the cave like our ancestors when you're supposed to be in rest and digest. Okay, that's yin. Yang is when you're in the sun and you're outside the cave where the dangers are. And so you should be in fight or flight in the sympathetic. So yin yang harmony means autonomous harmony. Now we're going to continue, and so one of the things that we did, just moving up and down, is that we're actually moving the diaphragm. Okay, and the diaphragm is a very important part of a body. And I remember some weeks ago I asked a trick question. I said, when you were inside your mother, what was the first organ that was get developed? Is it the heart, the lung, the splint, the whatever? And the trick is a trick question because the first organ is actually the connected tissue, right? When you whether you a sperm or the egg, before they come together, they communicate through the membrane. Communicate through the membrane. That was actually the first organ, and then the membrane become one, and then the egg and the sperm become one, and then they split into uh, different cell, and then eventually the other organs get developed. But that membrane, the connective tissue, continues to be the communication channel between all the organs. And the Chinese actually understood that. So their focus is really on the connective tissue. Now the Westerners also understand that, and they call it fascia. But when they say fascia, they meant myofascia, just the muscle. But the Chinese actually think that the fascia is everywhere, everywhere. And ultimately, um, the mother of all fascia is the diaphragm. And so we always come back to the diaphragm. And so when we're doing exercise, we're actually massaging the internals. We're going to continue to do that. All right. So this practice that we're going to about to do is a qigong practice. It's a very old form of practice for longevity by restoring the harmony between the yin and the yang. And it comes in three steps. So I'm going to explain one step at a time. But before we do anything, always come back to the body. Now, when we say qi, it's translated into live energy, as if I just had my breakfast, I have eggs and avocado, so they turn into energy. So therefore, it's the life energy. Well, no, actually, that's not what it meant. Life energy is from the universe. You're part of the universe. You are a being. So you need to be with the universe. And you're part of the universe if you sit properly, utilizing your spine. Make it the conduit between the heaven and earth. So we divide our body into 7 parts. We sit like the bell, like the Liberty Bell. We walk like the wind. We stand like the pine tree. We lie down like the bow, like in bow and arrow. So first, we're going to identify the legs as the pedestal to this bell. And so if you sit on the chair, which is perfectly fine, make sure that the bottom of your feet are touching the ground and it's right below your knee, not in front, not behind. And try not to lean back on the back of the chair. But if you have a bad back, put a pillow right around here and just lean back on the pillow, but not the entire back. The second part of the body that we need to calibrate are the hands. Sometimes you see people lifting up the hands with the mudra. I recommend that you just put that on your knee, on your thigh, on your calves, anywhere. Just don't use any muscle. Then it comes to the important part, the most important part, which is the spine. Now I want you to start at the very bottom of your spine. I want you to imagine you're walking up your spine like the dragon is walking up your spine. One step at a time towards the top of the head. As you do that, I want you to stretch your spine as if you're hanging the spine on the ceiling. Your spine is the clucker inside the middle of your bell. It cannot be leaned forward. It cannot be leaned forward. You need to be hanging from the ceiling. So I want you to walk up the spine, stretch as hard as you can until you get to the top of the head. Then I want you to lean back Okay, lean back and then relax the spine. And now the entire weight of the upper torso is on the spine, not on the muscle. Then I want you to open that shoulder, mindful that there are two energy points in front called the gate to the cloud. Then I want you to relax your shoulder, mindful of the two energy points on top of the shoulder called the well on the shoulder. And once again, I want you to focus on the forehead. Lean back the forehead until the ears on top of your shoulder. And if you're wearing a shirt with collar, the back of the neck, it would be touching the collar. Now you notice that you have just now balanced your head on your spine as if you're balancing a bowling ball on your spine. So you're not using any neck muscle. But the top of the head is actually pointing backward. So you need to focus on your chin and just tuck in your chin slightly as if you're looking down onto the floor. Top of the head now, this energy point called 108, where all the yang energy come together, is actually pointing to heaven on top of your spine. We call this one pillar supporting the sky. You are now the center of an unbound universe, and you're letting the energy in the universe passing through you. That's what we call chi. That chi, that life energy, has self healing power. Now I want you to relax your forehead, relax your eyelid. Imagine your eyelid like a window shade, and you're lowering down the window shade, but you're not shutting your eyes. You just relax your eyelid. You can actually see a little bit of light coming through your eyelashes. You can kind of barely see your knee and the floor. I want you to see all of them without looking, without focusing. Just relax your eyes. And finally, we want to make sure that we are conducting electricity through our spine. So the spine, the energy comes up to the spine. That's called the guardian vessel. And then it comes back in the front, and it's called the um, I'm confused what it's supposed to be called because I have a different name. And but in any case, and where they meet is actually right between your bottom of your nose and the top of your lip. And this is what the energy point, what we call the center of being. So you need to take the tip of the tongue, put it behind the teeth. Let the tip of the tongue be at the teeth where the teeth meets the roof of your mouth. Close your mouth. As soon as you do that, you feel the inside of your mouth is very, all of a sudden, it's very wet because when you're in fight or flight, it turns off the saliva gland. And when you put your tongue like this, it turns it back on, forces you into the resting digest. It also conducts the electricity through the tongue, and it also channels all the slivers into your stomach. Okay, so you won't choke on your own saliva. Very important. Now we're going to learn to um, breathe with the diaphragm. So the first step, and if you go to my Facebook page, you will see that on my description. It says, I think what it says is that mindful of your body to create chi. And it's very hard to translate from the Chinese. The Chinese actually talks about the essence of your internal, the essence of your kidney, the essence of your heart or your mind. And we all know that we have two kidneys, left and the right. The Chinese actually believe that one is yin and one is yang. And in between the kidneys, there's an energy point on the spine, right behind the belly button, called the gate of life. And then slightly below, on the opposite side of the belly, on the body, is another energy point right below the belly button. We call it the sea of chi. So when we're inside the mother's womb, we get all our nutrients through our umbilical cord, but we get all the life energy, all the energy through this energy point called the sea of chi, right below the belly button. I want you to just focus on the belly button, and I want you to feel your breath. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. Now I want you to focus on the belly button. And when you know that you're breathing in, I want you to just use your mind and bring that belly button all the way across the room. You notice that your body will follow. The stomach opens because the diaphragm is being pulled down, opening up your lung capacity or the lung cavity, increasing more the amount of oxygen you're able to inhale. And then when you breathe out, I want you to take the belly button and bring it all the way to the back as if you're collapsing the two energy points. The one in front is called the sea of chi. The one in the back is called the gate of life. As soon as you know that you're breathing in, move it forward. And when you breathe out, move it back. This is how you learn to breathe when you're inside your mother's womb, using the diaphragm, the most important connective tissue of all. Breathe in, forward, breathe out, backward, forward, backward. Okay, we're going to sit like this for 3 minutes. This is the first part, is how to practice mindfulness to create chi. Okay, so that was the first part. I roughly translate into practicing mindfulness to create chi. Okay, not exactly a perfect translation, but in this case, mindfulness just means anchoring your mind on the belly button, knowing that there's an important energy point right below the belly button. There's an important energy point on the back. And so by bringing the belly button forward, by bringing it back, we're actually um, what I call cultivating chi. In this case, chi just means electricity. As we massage our internals, we're creating static electricities because we're massaging the small intestines. The more small intestines have a lot of surface area, and they're piezoelectric. So we now are full of static electrons in the stomach. The next part, the next 3 minutes, I call this practicing the chi, channeling the chi to cultivate your mind. In this case, the mind is basically your brain. It's the chamber between the left brain and the right brain. And now, what I want you to do is let go of your belly button, focus on the bottom of your spine, and you notice that your stomach actually feels like it's just moving on its own. You have a little bit of muscle memory now, so that's good enough. And continue to feel your breathing one breath at a time. Notice that when you breathe in, your stomach opens slightly. Notice that when you breathe out, your stomach contracts slightly. I want you to now focus on the bottom of your spine. And as soon as you know that you're breathing in, just walk up the spine as if a dragon is walking on it. Go towards the top of the head, stretch your spine, and then you reach the top of your head. And then as soon as you breathe out, I want you to come back in the front from your forehead to the bridge of your nose, across your tongue, all the way back down to the belly button. And as you do that, I want you to lean back and relax. When you breathe in, walk up the spine, stretch the spine until you get to the top of the head. As you breathe out, come back in the front, lean back upper torso, relax until you get to the belly button. Okay? So this is the second part, which is leveraging the chi to cultivate your mind. Okay? Now I'm going to explain this a little bit. So let's just do that for 3 minutes. When you breathe in, walk up the spine, stretch the spine. When you breathe out, come back from the front towards the belly button, lean back upper torso, and relax. Always relax on the out breath, okay? And then you start from zero again, as if nothing else, nothing has happened. Just start from zero with a fresh mind. Go up, stretch, come down, lean back. Completely focus, completely relax. Continue to leave the tip of the tongue at the roof of your mouth, between the teeth, where the teeth meets the roof of your mouth. Make sure that you are in rest and digest. Completely relax, completely focus. Okay? So on your own, you need to practice this. It takes a while. It takes concentration, focus, but relax at the same time. And after a while, if you just kind of play on this, and as you cycle up and cycle down, if you just you just stop for a minute, you feel like even when you stop, there's an energy going up on its own, and the energy will come back down on its own. It's just very hard to explain. It's not something that you can actually measure, but you can feel the energy going up and the energy coming down. That's why we call it's a wandering dragon chasing the pearl. Have you ever seen lion dance? It's different from the dragon dance. The dragon dance always have a pearl in front of the dragon. The dragon always chase the pearl. So the pearl is actually the chi, and it goes up your spine and then come back down, and you're just chasing it. That's why we call it leveraging the chi to cultivate the mind. Now the chi, again, the life energy is not from your breath, the breakfast you ate. When you're cycling the electricity through the spine like this, on the top of the head and come back down, you're actually now releasing what we would now call magnetic resonance between you and the rest of the universe. We separate that into yin and yang. Yang is the presence of the sun, the yin is the absence of the sun. But you notice that the absence of the sun is not moon. We don't say the sun and the moon because the moon has no magnetic field. The moon does not have a molten core. It used to, but not anymore. The sun has a molten core, so it has a magnetic field. The other planets also has a molten core. The Mercury, the Jupiter, the Mars, the Saturn, and the Venus. Those are the five elements. The Mercury is the water, the Jupiter is the wood, the Mars is the fire, the Saturn is the earth, and the Venus is the mineral. Just like our internals. The kidney is the water, the liver is the wood, the heart is the fire, the splint is the earth, and the lung is the mineral. So we're feeling the energy in the universe, both the sun and the absence of the sun. But there's a third part. The third part is emancipate your mind to achieve awakening. This is the tough one. You need to let go of your mind. You use your mind to let go of your mind. This is the most profound things you can do in a spiritual practice. You use your mind to focus, to anchor, but yet you lose your mind to free your mind. That's why it's called a wandering dragon chasing the pearl. You need to let go of the dragon. So in the last section, this last part, it's like the second part, where when we breathe in, we start at the bottom of the spine, we go up, but we remind ourselves that as this dragon walk on a spine, it needs to be free, cannot be restrained. So when you reach the top of the head, imagine there's a cloud on top of your head. That's the ancestral home of the dragon. The dragon wants to be back in the cloud. You let it go. Let go of the dragon. Let it go as far up as you can. And then you look back at yourself. And when you start to breathe out, the dragon will come back out. It comes to the front towards your belly button. And now you're entering your abdomen, your dantian, what we call the field of fire. As if your field of fire is the cave, and the dragon comes back to the cave, it hibernates in the cave. You don't force yourself to breathe in, you just let go of your breath. You wait for the in breath to come on its own, and as soon as you come out, the free dragon will come back out, go up the spine, on top of the spine, on top of the head, let it enter the cloud, the ancestral home of the dragon. It's free. And then it comes back to the belly button. Enter the cave, enter the dantian. Again, it's free. Don't force yourself to breathe in. Just let your body breathe in on its own. As soon as you breathe in, back onto the top of the head. Let go of your breath, let go of your body, let it be free. Okay, let's do that for 3 minutes. Very profound, very interesting. How to use your mind, your brain to do what you don't want the brain to do. Stay focused, but just feel it without thinking, without analyzing. The Japanese Zen meditation called no thinking. Just feel your body. That's what the samurais do when they're facing each other with the swords in the rain. They just feel each other without thinking. If they think, they don't react fast enough. They just feel it. Okay, open your eyes. Now, so we all know in Japan it's called Zen. Zen meditation is very mysterious, very hard to understand. I don't know exactly what it is, but we all kind of seem to know it. Well, the word Zen comes from the Chinese word Chan, which is a simplification of Chan Na, which came from North Indians called jhana. It's when you meditate to the state of detachment. Okay. Now, I like Japanese art because it's actually Chinese art. It's actually Chinese art from the Han and the Tang Dynasty preserved, completely preserved. And even their way of life, their culture, they don't even know that they're practicing on an everyday life, but they are if you know what you look for. And the Japanese art, the Zen art, um, is often described in two words, and it's called wabi sabi. And you can look it up. And it meant two things. And so this symbolized the Japanese art, the Zen art. Wabi in this case means impermanence. So the Japanese art, when you look at it, it changes with the season, right? So the famous rock garden, you can enjoy it in the winter, you can enjoy it in the spring, you can enjoy it in the summer and in the fall. It changes with the season. It symbolizes the impermanence of life. And when I say pain and suffering, you just have to recognize that everything is impermanence. When you feel something, you can feel pain or you can feel pleasure. Either way, they're impermanent. So when you feel it with 100%. It's like when you're with somebody, you're 100% there. You need to be 100% there. But it's not permanent. Nothing is ever permanent. And when they go away, even when it's pleasant, you have to let it go. You have to accept it. The opposite is also true. When you're feeling unpleasantness, you have to convince yourself that it too is impermanent. It will go away. Just feel it, accept it, and let it go. Don't let it metastasize into suffering. That's the first part of the Zen art is impermanence, wabi. The second part is called sabi, as in wabi sabi. And that's the part that if you don't know, it's still very obvious that there's always imperfection in Japanese art. It's never perfect. It's never perfect. If you look for it, the imperfection is the perfection. And the reason is that this is a Zen practice. This is a Zen practice that when you see imperfection, it's very, very common that you have emotions, rejection, adverse feeling, and you need to learn to not suppress. See, that's the problem is that we often think that meditation is about suppressing a feeling. No, it's the opposite. It's about embracing it. Embrace that feeling, whether it's positive or negative, but don't let it become you. So that's why Zen art has both the impermanence and the imperfection. It's a practice. It's actually a spiritual practice. Okay. All right. So we continue, and I got to say, make sure I have enough time to do the last part, which is the uh, pranayama, which is the main practice of today. And so we're going to do a little bit of stretching of the upper body, enhancing the yang energy, which is mostly in the back. Okay. And all tie into the abdomen, the um, so we're going to do deep breathing, deep breathing. Okay. Yeah. Laura. Okay. Thank you for the comment. This is amazing. She likes it. Okay. Remember now. Remember now. Go look it up. Wabi sabi. That's the essence of the Zen art. Impermanence and imperfection. This is the important part. The imperfection is the key to accept you as who you are. You define your own imperfection and your perfection, not someone else. Okay? And whatever it is that you define as your own imperfection, accept it. Be with it. Okay? All right. Okay, now stretch your spine, open the shoulder, relax the shoulder. We're going to do 3 deep breaths. We're going to put our hands together, palm facing up, put that right below the belly button. And we're going to take a deep breath from here, the sea of chi, to here, which is the center of being. All right, get ready. Follow the palm, breathe in, stretch your spine. And then follow the palm, follow the center palm, breathe out, stretch, lock your elbow, open up, and climb as hard as you can, as if you're climbing the rocks. And back to holding the hand, starting from 0, breathe in, and breathe out. Looking straight ahead, climb the mountain, stretching your elbow and your shoulder back. One last time, breathe in, breathe out. Looking straight ahead, climb the mountain. then back, holding your hands, palm facing up, palm facing down. Push down your palm until you lock your elbow. Focus on the center of your palm. Bring it in front of your face very slowly, gently, and mindfully. Bring it all the way to the top of the head. Lean back slightly, forming a straight line between the bottom of your spine, the top of the head, and the center of your palm. And push towards the ceiling. Push as hard as you can. Lean back. Bring it back to the middle. Push. Lean to the left. Come back to the middle. Push. Lean to the right. Come back to the middle. Push. All the way to the left. Come back to the middle. Push. All the way to the right. Come back to the middle. Focus on the center of your palm. Bring it back down. Completely relax. Back again to the spine. Stretch. Relax. Lean back. Taking your right hand, put that on your left shoulder, lean back your forehead so you're putting pressure on the right shoulder. Take the left hand, put that on your right elbow, stretch your spine, lean to the left, stretch, come back, changing hands again. Make sure that your top of the head is facing the sky, right, and back to the breathing, one breath at a time. Now examine your breath, okay? Don't, and then see if you're huffing and puffing. So the Chinese way of exercising is that we prevent ourselves from huffing and puffing, and we prevent ourselves from profuse sweating. Okay, we like sweating, but not too much. We like to have a energized breath, but not too much. Always the balance, always harmony. Now we're gonna next two exercise. We're gonna stretch both the inside of the arm and outside. And you know that we talk a lot about the meridians. The inside is the yin, the outside is the yang. The outside faces the sun, right? So we're gonna first stretch it inside, then we're gonna stretch it outside. Inside is the heart and the lung and the pericardium, and then outside. Now, okay, so stretch your spine, open your shoulder, lean back, relax. Left hand, palm facing up, wrist 90-degree. Right hand, put that between your fingers and your palm. Bring that down gently. Focus on your elbow. Push the elbow, stretch it inside your arm. Eye facing forward. Using your elbow, bring up your hands. Lock your elbow. Palm facing forward. You feel a little bit of pressure on your wrist. Sit up straight without turning your body. Take your left hand, bring it all to the right, but make sure you lock your elbow. And then bring it back to the center. Relax. Now to the right hand. Sit up straight. Bring it down. Pushing out. Eyes forward. Push it up. Palm facing forward. Without turning your body. Bring it to the right. And then back. Relax. Back to the breath. Check to see if you're huffing and puffing. And just focus on your breath. And as soon as you focus on your breath goes slowly. It just relax. Okay, now back to the spine. Stretch, open, lean back, relax. Right hand, palm facing up. Left hand, palm facing down. We're stretching the back side of the arm now. Open the shoulder, wrist at 90-degree. Focus on the right palm. Slowly pushing up the sky as if you're supporting the sky. Lock the elbow. Left hand, push it down. Lock the elbow as if you're supporting the heaven and earth at the same time. Now taking your right arm, lean back the right arm, and then now turn your head to the left until you reach the shoulder. Keep turning your eyes as if you're looking at your back. Bring back your eyes, bring back your head, and then relax. Go the other way, open your shoulder, left hand up, lock, right hand down, lock, left hand back, right head to the right shoulder, eyes looking at your back, eyes come back, heads come back, and then relax. Okay, now we're going to do the more stretching in the back. But first, you're going to stretch the spine. Sit up straight, open the shoulder, relax. Okay, now hands together, locking the fingers, put that on your bottom of your spine. Palm facing up, palm facing down. Lock your elbow. Focus on the top of your head and the center of your palm at the same time. Top of the head go up and the center of your palm go down. One up, one down. Stretch as hard as you can. and then relax. Lean back the forehead so you're looking at the ceiling 45 degree. Now focus on your center, your palm, bring it up. That's up and relax. Back to the breathing. Now it's very important that you go back to the breathing and relax. And the reason is that when we're doing energetic exercise, we're actually activating the stress hormone, especially the cortisol. The cortisol is steroid, so it actually does what it's supposed to do, which is eliminate inflammation in your body. But as soon as you do that, you need to come back to the yin and you focus on your breath and let the body restore the sensitivity to the steroid. The problem with modern living is that we're under stress all the time and we develop what is called cortisol resistance. We're no longer sensitive to our own steroid, our own natural steroid. So the body inflames to the point that you actually had to add external steroid, right? So the important part of the practice is to restore the harmony. Use it when you need it, and then back to restoring the sensitivity, the balance. That's how the cave people used to live. We've been like that. Even when I was a child, my father used to work when the sun comes up and come home when the sun goes down. Okay. All right, continue. Stretch your spine, lean back, open your shoulder, relax. Put your hands, right hands on the back. Okay, now lean back the forehead so you're looking straight ahead. Focus on the right shoulder. Bring it up as hard as you can. And then relax the other hand. Sit up straight. Bring up the left shoulder as hard as you can. And then relax. Back the hand, right hand, touching the bottom of the spine. Two fingers pointing to the left shoulder. Bring up your right shoulder and your fingers up. Relax. Do the other way. Sit up straight. Bring down your left shoulder and your fingers up. Now take the two hands, if you can, and you're touching your fingers now, and you're looking straight ahead. Okay, don't look down. Two shoulders, right shoulder up, left shoulder down, and then relax. The other hand. Sit up straight, looking straight ahead. Left shoulder up, right shoulder down, and then back to breathing. One breath at a time. One last exercise. We call this the reverse Buddha. Sit up straight, open your shoulder, relax your shoulder. Put the hands together, fingers touching, center of the palm touching, fingers pointing down, fingers pointing up. Bring it up, center of the palm touching. Sit up straight, looking straight ahead. Push the palm forward and then open the shoulder. One forward, one backward. Maintain the pressure, focusing on your breath. Stay calm. And then relax back to the breathing. One breath at a time. Okay. All right. So now we get to the floor to our main attraction of today, which we call the prana yama, or in Chinese is instead of prana we call it tuna. Same thing. Okay. But we're going to continue with the joint exercise, starting with the knee. Knee is like the elbow. Then the ankle is like the wrist. The toes are like the fingers. And then the hip is like the shoulder. We used to walk on all four. Remember? All right, now focus. Put your hands on the knee. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very mindful. 5. The other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now to the heel. Right foot forward, heels up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now left foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now to the toes. Now this is the meditation. Focus on the top of your head, sit up straight, open your shoulder, relax your shoulder, looking straight ahead. And then now stand on your toes, focusing on the top of the head. And then come down, impact the heel slightly. Stand again. And then down. Okay. Now, if you focus on the top of your head, then you won't fall because the fear doesn't come out. If you don't anchor your mind, then you're going to be overcome by fear, and that's how you lose balance. The next one is even more difficult. You stand on your left foot and you kick your right foot. You maintain your focus on the top of your head. Okay, get ready. One, come back to the top of the head. Two, three, stay focused on the top of the head. Now go to the right. Okay, if you don't focus on the head, you're going to fall. Get ready. One, back to the top of the head. Two, and three. Okay, all right. Now to the hip. Very important to loosen up your hip, especially as we age. We don't fall so easily if you loosen up your hip. Okay, you have a way of restoring your balance. Now we're going to stand on the right foot. We're going to bring to the left foot, forming a straight line between the heel, the knee, the hip, and the shoulder. I'm going to turn along that straight line until the very end, and we keep turning until you can't turn anymore. Then you go back to the right foot, and then you relax. Second time, turn, relax. One last time, turn, and then relax. Now, we're going to stand on the left foot, bring to the right foot, form a straight line, turn until you can't turn anymore, and then back, relax. Second time, turn, forward, and then relax. One last time, turn, forward, and then relax. Okay, so now we're ready for pranayama. And again, this is a meditation. So when you're moving, focus on your body, focus on the center of your palm. Bring up your hands, follow the center of your palm. Bring the hands towards yourself, bring it down, roll your knee at the same time, stand back up. Okay, one, two, three, four. Breathe in, all the way in, and then breathe out, relax. Follow the hand, breathe in, close your mouth, breathe out. So relax, breathe in, follow the hand, breathe out, relax. One last time, breathe in, breathe out. Changing form, breathe in, cross your hand in front of you, open, breathe out. Bring it back in, breathe in, breathe out. Sit up, stand up straight, relax, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. One last time, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Stand up and relax your knee, relax your shoulder, relax your forehead, relax your eyelid so you're actually seeing the floor, otherwise you lose balance. And we're going to focus now on the breath. 1 minute, one breath at a time. 1 minute, 60 seconds, 1 second at a time, one breath at a time. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. One breath at a time. Now, we're going to set to the second one called the balloon bursting. Right? So right foot forward. We're going to lean back. So you're looking at the ceiling, 45-degree. The right foot, the toes are up. You bring up your hand. You embrace. And now you're looking at this at the floor, 45-degree. And your left foot, the heel is up. Back, open. Toe is up, looking at the ceiling. Forward, you breathe in. Close your mouth. Backward, you breathe out. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. 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 One last time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now, stay focused on the center of your palm. Bring down your hand. Now, shift the focus from the center of your palm to the center at the bottom of your feet. And then now you stand. And then you focus on your breath. 1 minute, one breath at a time. Keep checking your mind. Your mind doesn't want to do this. Your mind wants to be somewhere else like the monkey. Bring back your monkey mind. One breath at a time. Keep bringing it back. Okay. Now, left foot forward. Get ready. Go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One at a time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Focus on the present. Okay. What's past is past. Breathe in. Breathe out. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lower your hands. Stand properly. Relax. Another minute of standing meditation. You stand like the pine tree, which means that you grow roots with your feet firmly on the ground, and the rest of the body has to be flexible and relaxed. Okay, the third one is called butterfly. We soar like the butterfly. We stand, we focus on the hand, we bring up the hand, we bring down the hand, we lower the body, lower your knee, follow the hand, bring it back up, we raise our knee, we raise the heel, we're standing on our toes, we completely focus on the center palm until the back of the hand are touching. As we come down, we breathe in. As we go up, we breathe out. Come completely focus. Breathe in, breathe out. Follow the hand. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. One last time. Breathe in, breathe out. Follow the hand. Completely relax. Back to the breathing. 1 minute. Commit yourself to this 1 minute. Stay focused on your breath, one breath at a time. Feel your in breath. Feel your out breath. Okay, the next one is called push hand. And now you have to mindful of your harmony between your wrist and your heel, your elbow and your knee, and your shoulder and your hip. Okay, it's really a complete exercise. And you imagine you have a water wheel in front. You bring the water wheel down, stand back up, push. You breathe in all the way and focus on your palm all the way down. Then stand back up and breathe out. You can feel the air coming in through your nostril and entering your stomach. Breathe out without thinking, just feeling. Feel, but no thinking. Feel the air, feel your fingers. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Back to the standing position. Another minute of standing meditation. Focus entirely on your breath. Okay. Left hand, left side. Breathe in all the way in as if you following the water wheel. And then now entirely facing forward, push, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Completely focus on your body. Feel the air running through your fingers. Feel the air entering your nostril into your stomach. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Back to the standing position. 1 minute. This is the last 1 minute standing meditation. Really commit yourself to focusing on your breath for all 60 seconds. One breath at a time. Okay, so last one is the up and down. Okay, so now this is a very energetic exercise, so we're only going to do it 3 times. Okay, ready? Breathe in, breathe out, all the way out, and then bend forward, lean forward. And then when you stand up, breathe in, lean back, and then relax. 2 more times, okay? Get ready. Breathe out, breathe in, and relax. One last time. Breathe out, breathe in, and then relax. Lower your hand. Focus on your breath. Let yourself calm down. Walk very slowly, very mindfully, focusing on the center of the bottom of your feet, one step at a time, towards your sitting position. Shift the focus from the bottom of your feet to the bottom, to the center of your palm. Adjust your sitting apparatus. Focus on your body as you lower your body onto the pillow. Come back to the posture. Focus on the spine. Stretch the spine. Lean back up the torso. Open the shoulder. Relax the shoulder. Lean back the forehead. Tuck in the chin. Relax your eyelid. And then put the tip of the tongue at the roof of your mouth, between the teeth and the roof of your mouth. And focus on your breath. We're going to sit for 7 minutes. And I want you to learn to emancipate yourself, free yourself from even your breath. I want you to feel your in breath. I want you to feel your out breath. I want you to imagine yourself at your favorite beach. I live about 2 blocks away from the beach. I can see the beach from here. I can see the wave. Now, many people think that the wave of the ocean comes from the wind. It can, but even when there's no wind, there's wave. The wave actually comes from just the earth turning on its own axis, sloshing the water. So it is natural to the earth as the breath is to your body. It's just a rhythm. So I want you to feel your in breath, feel your out breath. When you feel your in breath, imagine the water is coming up When you feel your out breath, imagine the water is receding back into the ocean. You don't try to change the wave, you just want to observe the wave. Let's not try to change and take control of the breath and just observe our breath. Let the body breathe on its own, like the wave is just a natural part of a planet. When you observe the wave, you notice that the wave comes up, all the way up, and then there's a very brief moment like the earth just comes to a still, standstill, nothing happens. And then eventually the wave goes back to the ocean, all the way back. And once again, everything comes to a standstill, nothing happens. And then eventually it comes back. Now, if you let go of your breath, you feel your body breathing in, you feel your body breathing out. There is a very brief moment in the transition from the in breath to the out breath, and more pronouncedly from the out breath to the in breath, where if you relax, let go of your breath, the world comes to a standstill. I want you to focus on that. I want you to learn to let go of your breath, not participate in your own breathing. I want you to feel your in breath. I want you to feel your out breath. And then you said to yourself, I don't need to take control of my own breathing. I'm just going to sit here and let my body breathe on its own. And you focus on that space, like you focus on the ocean. After the water recedes back into the ocean, you just sit there and wait for the water to come back. Wait for your own breath, own in breath. Okay, let's try that. We have 5 more minutes. Breathe in, relax. Breathe out, completely relax. Just wait for your body to breathe in on its own. Focus on the empty space. Okay. So today's lesson is all about acceptance. You become your own master, not by control, but by accepting. You accept who you are, you accept your own body, you accept your own breath as it is by letting it go. That's the true master. We learn to accept the impermanence, we learn to accept the imperfection. So before we leave, as has been done for the last few months now, I'd like to share the prayer. The prayer that we've been using is called, what is that called? The Serenity Prayer. The Serenity Prayer. The serenity comes from acceptance, but not just acceptance. It comes from courage as well. It's the balance, it's the harmony. So let's put our hands together. This is a universal gesture that transcends all religion. Let's close your eye, focus on your eyelid, see the light. I see the light as if I see my own creator. We all have different names for her. I name her God as I know her. This hand gesture symbolizes our respect, a humbleness, and a gratitude for all positive energies in this universe. We ask for blessing. Let us be blessed with the courage to change things that we can change, make this a better world that we found it, in spite of all the ugliness, all the anger, all the fear, all the hatred. The courage not to give up, the courage to make this a better world even when it seems so impossible. The serenity to accept the world as it is, knowing that we can't really change anything, we can't really change anybody, we can only change ourselves. Learn to accept it as is. Accept the impermanence and the imperfections in ourselves and in others. Let us be blessed so that we can continue with this practice, this mindfulness practice. So we learned the difference between the cloud and the sun. The sun is our inner wisdom. We don't often see our wisdom, just like we don't often see our sun. Sometimes we turn our back to it, and sometimes it's just covered by the cloud. Let us be blessed to continue this practice so that we can push away all the cloud and reveal our only inner wisdom so that we know the difference between what we can change and what we cannot change. And there's an opportunity to change. We have the courage. When we cannot change, we have the serenity to accept. Namaste. Be blessed with health, with happiness, and with peace. Not only peace with you, but peace within you. Goodbye, everyone. See you next week. All right. Join our circle, okay? Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you. 星期一見。
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye
大
bye.
家
Bye
好，
bye.
大家好。
Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye bye. And I remember seeing the donations. Okay, so I haven't had a chance to thank anyone yet because we've been off for 2 weeks, and so I'm going to send out a note to thank everyone and then remind you that all the donations will go to a good cause. And most likely, we're going to donate everything this year to Venerable Hong, who spent his life, dedicated his life to bringing compassion and happiness, compassion and loving kindness to those who are incarcerated, those who cannot speak for themselves. Okay, so we will continue with this. Okay, all right. And by the way, Venerable Hong will be um, leading a meditation next Tuesday, the first Tuesday of the month at 6 o'clock my time, Pacific time. Okay. Now, as it turns out, I'm not able to put that on Insight Timer. Um, I don't know. It's just the way I'm doing it because I'm using another platform to project the image under this form that some people are upset about that. So just look for my other social platform, the YouTubes and the Facebook, and I'll see you there next Tuesday. Okay. All right. Namaste. Good night. Be blessed. Bye bye.